look kind of rough. I don't know how to fix that. There's no fixing it. I took a little nap this morning. What's up, everybody? Good morning. How you doing? Um, mm. There's a couple of things with that membership stuff last night, which is a little bit frustrating. I was talking to YouTube. They haven't started the hearing yet. They're just talking about the Tupac case. Um, One, I'm gonna have to switch back and forth between accounts. I gotta figure out. So for some reason, the join button doesn't show for from what I'm noticing, because I saw it the other day on my Android. Now on this phone, when I go to my account and I pick a different account, I go to this channel, I don't see the join button. And this guy was like, "Oh well, some platforms don't show it yet." But I know people on Android can see it, so I'm gonna have to get that command, because there's a link for the iPhone that you can put in the chat that people with iPhone, you click it, you'll be able to see it. Um, and then the people that gifted last night, what this guy was telling me, it's possible that. Let me see. Let me look at my account. He was telling me they'd have to do it from the desktop or some BS. It's so annoying. It really is annoying how I personally think it's a Google Android thing. Google doesn't like Android, their competitors, so I don't know why they would make it harder. It's just business, but I think it's that. It just doesn't make any sense. It can mail clips. Because I'm on my computer and I don't see it right now. Oh, there is. Okay, there's a join button on the computer. Okay. Damn, I look rough.
Granted, I come from the big bad NYPD, 40-something thousand police officers. We have a whole division of detectives and a whole nine. Some of these other small.
I'm gonna try to figure this out while we're here.
Don't have, you know.
No, Android's not the best.
So it takes them
my hair's like just whatever. It's not happening.
Almost 30 years is a long time, but I'm just glad that they were able to piece the pieces of the puzzle together and actually get a suspect now.
Now, he was being held without bail since his last court appearance when his attorney did not show up. What do you expect to happen this time around?
I expect for him to have an attorney, and I'm expecting for him to plead not guilty, just like everybody else. And we'll see. But what I'm most excited about is to see what's on the list of that search warrant.
We want to do a test together.
House. And we probably won't see that today, but I want to see what's on that search warrant, because in my experience, criminals like to keep trophies, and I'm excited to see what he has in there. It could be something that he wrote. Is a piece of ballistics out of the vehicle, because I don't think they ever recovered the gun. Was it the gun? There's something on that search warrant that I think that was vital, and it was a major piece for them locking him up.
Now, this case is still making headlines after almost 3 decades, because there were so many conspiracy theories about this murder, and then also with Biggie and when he was murdered and how they were intertwined. People love this case.
Magic hairbrush,
now,
I
when
know.
you talk about the trophy that all the evidence that they're going to find out, why do you think he wants people to know about this so bad? In one of his documentaries, he said himself, "I have cancer." This was back in 2018. He says, "I have cancer. I'm the only person who's living that knows what really happened. It's now time for me to tell my truth." But do we really want to come out and tell our truth that, he was involved in this murder? What is in it for him now?
I don't think that he had an epiphany and said, "Hey, listen, before I go to the pearly gates, I want to confess my sins." I think he's an attention
whore.
seeker, a grabber, and he wants to stay in the headlines, because you got to think about it. He's got away for 26 years, 25 years and some months. He got away with this, and he's been out on YouTube, on podcasts,
all kind of
talking
shit
about it. And no one
snitching.
knocked his door down to put the bracelets on him behind his back. So he actually thought that he could get away with this, but just like every other criminal, one day we'll come and find you, and his day is here.
Now, looking ahead, if this does go to
Yeah,
trial,
apparently it's turned into a
who
show.
do you expect to testify? I mean, could players like P. Diddy,
Oh,
Suge Knight come out?
P. Diddy!
I mean, could they come and talk about
Let's get
this?
P. Diddy
Suge Knight
now.
has actually said in the documentary that he does not want to testify, but could it happen?
Not with Suge Knight. Suge Knight is a real gangster, and the definition of gangsters, it probably has Suge Knight's picture on there. He's not telling. He's no Sammy the Bull. He's not talking to the police at all, and that's just the gang culture, and that's why I don't understand why this guy Keefe D is out there. But he was in the gang, the Southside Crips, but he was more of a major drug dealer, like his nephew Orlando that did the shooting. He was really gang banging, gang. So let's just wait and see what happens. I'm very excited about it, but you got to understand, Jam Master Jay, Tupac, Biggie. These are three of the biggest names in rap, and none of their cases have been solved. I mean, Jam Master Jay, I think we got some closure over there. But the whole rap world wants justice for Tupac's family, for Biggie's family, and from Jam Master Jay. These are major players in the rap game.
Well, you mentioned Keefe D as an attention hogger. All eyes are going to be on him today because he will be arraigned in Las Vegas, Nevada, around 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, they started early.
Have that
Okay.
coverage for you. We're going to take a look at the body cam footage of his arrest in just a moment, but we do have to take a quick break here on Law and Crime. Much more to do here.
All right, so let them take their break. So I'm gonna need you guys to test out this command with me. I'm gonna put the command in there. Let's see. For people that have iPhone, I want to know if this link works. I can try to test it out myself too. Let's see. This is for the iPhone. Gotta do our own workaround. Okay. Oh, I gotta activate this too. Cloudbot. But then I gotta add it or something, right? This thing's taking me back. Boom, 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 boom. So, let me do this here. Streamlabs, welcome. Okay. I don't know if this thing is working. Let's see. Oh, it's there. All right. Check out people that have iPhone. You don't have to join. Just test it out. Tell me if the join button shows up there. I'm gonna try to do it on my phone too. Let me see. I just wanna okay, let's see. Clicked it. Oh, okay, it takes you to the web browser. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it takes you. Is that right? Okay, that is. Yeah. All right, I mean, I guess that's the only workaround. That's the only way. Okay. It won't let you do it through the app. All right. All right, thanks. So I'll have to put that link in my descriptions too, I guess. So this this hearing for Duane, I think the last time what happened, it got postponed or something, right? Tupac. Let me add it to the thing. Then I have to contact the other people, Amy and Jay. Okay. Upload default. The other thing, hey, what's up? Oh, Jay. So I spoke to these people this morning. Oh my god. So what this guy told me. The only thing that he was thinking, he said, because everything looks fine. Let me see if I can pull up this. I sent myself the transcript email. He said you guys will be getting a refund. The only thing he could think is that people did not have they didn't have gifting enabled. And I'm like hesitant to think that, but then maybe because it's a brand new channel, maybe people we had a bunch of random people last night for the chase. But the weird thing is I didn't even see one person get anything.
Ahead of his arraignment that should be starting up very shortly. This is the former gang leader charged in 1996 death of famed rapper Tupac Shakur. The artist was shot in a drive-by shooting on the Las Vegas Strip, and Davis has since admitted to being in the car.
He was saying, this is what the guy, he sent me this link, and he was like, show this to your viewers. And he said that, like, let's see. I can't hear anything. Oh, it's muted, that's why.
Opt in from the live. Only 2 ways to opt in to receive gift memberships on your favorite channels: from the live chat or from your membership offer screen. To opt in from the live chat, you can click the gift icon that's pinned at the top of the chat.
Allow gifts, so you have to do.
Or when a gift memberships announcement shows in the live chat, you can click allow gifts.
All right, I might have to like bookmark that. I'm gonna do a test and see if I can do that. If I can gift right now and see I'm out of their account.
I found out he was a scammer, so we exchanged.
But he told me you guys will get a. I'll send you a screenshot, Jay, in case you need that for record keeping purposes. Sorry about that too. Appreciate you guys supporting me. I'm sorry that happened.
I came on that Thursday.
That Thursday?
Yeah.
And the fight was on a Saturday. Y'all showed up on a Thursday. And if I'm not mistaken, the day before the shooting, you spoke to Suge Knight and Tupac, right? A day prior?
I didn't talk. Tupac don't know me.
But Suge Knight, you had a
Yeah,
conversation with Suge Knight.
we was waiting on our cars at the valet at the MGM, and they pulled up, and they Rolls Royces. And
Tell me about that. Because that was a Friday. That was the day before the
yeah, and he got out and came and shook my hand. What up, big dog?
Suge Knight.
Yeah. That's why I didn't understand why would they jump on my nephew the next day. I was stupid.
Okay, so he came up to you, he shook his hand. And
Shook my hand. What up, big dog? What you doing? You know, and all the because all the bras was around him, and so they like, who the is this dude? He must be powerful. You know what I'm saying? Everybody must have looked at it like that. Like, damn, he just came out of the crowd just to shake this dude in. Yeah.
So just take me through that Saturday, everything leading up to the incident.
We had got tickets from the scamper dude, and he had us placed all over. And we was gonna meet at the cafe after the fight. That was all our plans. So everybody had was coming to the cafe, and I seen some of our partners from 11-8 East Coast Crips. They like, hey, they just jumped on your nephew. Like,
Oh, Annie, you should. Oh, it's working.
Like, bullshit. They're like, yeah. And we ran and
See, people don't have it enabled. What the hell does the guy say?
inside the lobby.
So y'all ran into your nephew Orlando.
Thank you, Annie. I was about to log into my account to test it out. So 4 people got it. You guys have to enable it in your chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think people just don't have it enabled. because she gifted 10 and only 5 went out. JB, I forwarded you the email for record keeping purposes, the transcript of me and YouTube talking. So in case you have an issue getting a refund, you have them saying that you'll be refunded as a, if you need to get it back.
Shoulder.
His shoulder kind of.
So pretty revealing details there by Keefe D as former NYPD Commander Corey Pegues is back with me here in studio. And Corey, as we listen to
you turned it off and turned it back on?
Was that not enough for the police to act on something?
Well, again, I believe that Keefe D was implicated very early on in the investigation. And watching this interview, just the portion that we have seen, he's not really making any incriminating statements. He's basically saying that he was in Vegas, that's his nephew got jumped, but he's not saying anything about the shooting. So they had already spoken with Keefe D a few times, the police, I'm quite sure. They have interviewed him a few times, but he never didn't give the linchpin where they could just say, okay, we gotta lock him up now.
Now, keep in mind, 14 years ago, he did talk to the cops, and they made a deal. He was going to tell them some details about the incident, but he was not going to be prosecuted. But now he has been, and what is the difference between then and now? What was it that he said that could possibly make him now be arraigned?
Well, we don't know what the deal was. Was it a statute of limitations on the deal, and he didn't know, and now he's out? Because it doesn't make sense. If he had this deal where he couldn't get prosecuted, why would he be out talking?
You're right, Tamo. On desktop, I don't see it.
He had a deal for a certain case. I don't know what the deal was for. It was probably for one particular case. And after that case was taken down, the deal was done. And now he's back in the game.
Well, I'm sure we're going to learn more from that courtroom later on today. I want to go back to that interview because later on in that interview we just saw, he touched on the way he was feeling when Tupac was in the hospital. Take a listen.
Just take me through that week where y'all in LA,
iPhone link.
Tupac is in the hospital, everything is on the news.
Yeah,
What was your
dude,
mindset?
that MTV man, he made me sick. What's his name? Mike Lip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker, that Moon Man. Oh, I hated that.
But how was you feeling, man? Like Tupac being in there for a whole week, people saying he gonna survive,
How was I feeling?
Yeah, like how was you feeling? Like, because everything is on the news, it's rumors going around that y'all did it. Tupac is in the hospital fighting for his life. Just take me through that entire week where, all this is going on.
I'm a crip from the streets, bro.
Yeah, but this is a high-file situation, yo. Like, everything is on the news, MTV.
And I lost my mom at 15. So it ain't nothing I really, I didn't feel nothing. Just another day, I had to keep it moving. Plus, I'm responsible for 300-400 kilos. That's just part of the business.
Well, as you watch that, Corey, I mean, it doesn't seem like he feels any sympathy, really. He was seen chuckling, laughing. This is a man who self-describes himself as a hardened gangster. So when you look at his demeanor and how he is, are you surprised at where we are now?
No, not necessarily, but when you're in that life, that's what it is. So I'm not surprised at what he's saying, but if you go back to the previous interview, the clip we was looking at early when he was talking about the incident inside of the hotel, some of this stuff, just his body, I'm not an expert, but his body language, his movement, some of it looked like he was fabricating to me, just for me a little bit.
I think mine's already enabled this one.
I don't know how intimately he was involved in this, but we do know that he was in the vehicle because he placed himself inside of the vehicle, and the difference between him being a hardened criminal and now, I don't know, but you asked me earlier who's going to be subpoenaed. I can't wait to see what his wife says. That's going to be the key, his wife.
Well, as a former NYPD commander, how difficult is it to execute a search warrant, to now go into his house to look for all the little details involved in this?
Well,
too
it's
late.
not that difficult if you have the information.
Streaming.
So once you have the information and you go to a judge to get the judge to so order, once the judge listens to what you have, the judge is going to say yay or nay. Like, you got to go back and get some more, or wow, here we go, so ordered. I'm signing it, take the door.
Could we see a bombshell? Could we see him come out and say there was someone else that was also involved in this?
With his demeanor, you don't know what this guy, I think he's a loose cannon. So we don't know what he's going to say. We don't know what he said on the interviews before. So I'll be excited to see the list the prosecution has for people that's coming out to speak.
Why do you think this case has really captivated not only the hip hop world, but any true crime junkie, the media? We love this case.
We love this case because Tupac was a trailblazer. I mean, this guy went from talking about F the police to Brenda had a baby. You know, so he went to all different gamuts. You know, his pendulum swung from being this lover to being this whole gangster, and then you have all in between. So he actually, if you took the gangster away from him, when you look at old videos of him, he looks like an all-American kid that was a middle-class guy before he started, you know, got with Death Row. He was like an all-American guy.
Did you think that at all he had in his mind, knowing that Nevada does not have the statute of limitations for a murder case? I mean, basically, it could be 50 years. He could still be charged. Did you think that that went through his mind at all before spouting to everyone about all the details?
No, I firmly believe, and you can see he's not so educated just watching him talk and stuff. But he's a gangster, and these gangsters, again, in my experience, these gangsters really think that they can get away with murder. And that's why we have prisons full of them all day. Some of them are probably innocent, but most of them that commit crimes, they get...
What goes into it? What can
I'm muted. So, okay, so here we go. I'm going to try to figure out this stuff. And as far as the memberships too, I am going to be adding more emojis. I was limited to the other day to only 4 because I had no members. But like the more members you get, the more unlocked emojis and stuff you get. So like tonight or sometime this weekend, I'm going to work on them because I made the 4 that are there. And it's weird. I feel like I don't know why I can't gift it. I know I can't do it from this account, but from any other account, I should be able to gift myself. But let me see on the computer. Oh, on the computer, it works. So for the iPhone, for some reason, YouTube and iPhone are not happy. I'd always known that. I don't know why they do that, but that's what the issue is. That's half of the issue. The other issue is that people have to accept, they have to allow gifts. But I don't know if you can, gifting can only be done from PC or laptop. Really? Oh, I thought you could do it from the phone. And by the way, I'm going to be changing that It Can Mail Chases and Chases to like It Can Mail CNC because it's too long. I just have to wait 8 days now. They won't allow me to change my name again. But I'll do it from the computer. And I think what possibly happened last night is that we had the influx of people and that weren't on the channel before. So a lot of them were just watching and not really probably looking at the chat or something. I don't know. But I already have my list of emojis I got to add. I have to add the pickle, Kool-Aid, Bearcat, and a wig. One, two. Four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, teabag. There you go. Teabag. That's true. There's a bunch of emojis. Murdoch emotes. Let me add that too. I feel like there's so many people that don't know about Murdoch though. That's the crazy thing, isn't it? Sometimes when we make jokes on the main channel about it, there's people that don't really get it. I'm curious if there's gonna be another trial. Yeah, we gotta do the pickle thing. I feel like I need to clip that. Oh, I should do that for the thing yesterday, the whole pickle park. That all these men were meeting up and like having sex and stuff. I never knew about that until yesterday. All right, so we got to make sure that Amy J and there was one other person get a refund. This guy said that they're going to be refunded, so I mean, I don't know how long it takes. Yeah, 2 commercials. Oh, as long as so Dirty Bourbon says bourbon. You can gift on iPhone as long as you have YouTube open in the browser, not app. Okay, because Apple does not allow Google Pay service. Oh, so it's the other way around. Oh. We might need to add a Cavalcante. I have a Cavalcante thing that Teabag made. I never showed it before. I think my mother was a little traumatized when I did when I showed her the Carly Russell one. Oh, Amy, do you have an email? Oh. By the way, there's no sound. It's me. They're just not playing anything right now. Okay, Mandy, I'm gonna forward you the email as well, just so we have copies. And I guess give it a couple days, and if you don't see your refund, then let me know, and I'll find out who needs to be contacted. I'll contact them again and find out who needs to be contacted directly. And I'm sure they'll do it. A refund won't be a problem. Okay. I'll forward this email. Oh, they got a little TV screen in there. Yesterday was a really busy day. I enjoyed yesterday. It was a lot though. Like it was like nonstop yesterday. Between the what do we do? I was even thinking last night what we did and had a hard time thinking. They're about to start. We did the Long Island serial killer. Then we did the closing arguments for Dave Tronis, I think, and then the impact statement, sentencing. Then we did the chase, and then we did an update on the inmate breakout, which that was I've had so many comments. People thought that video was so funny last night that I was reading. I've had a lot of people just like, thank you, I needed that laugh. I'll keep that for now.
To confirm
Hey, Rebecca.
in 2 weeks, then I'm going to appoint counsel in 2 weeks because we got to get this case moving. Do you understand? All right, Mr. Goodman, you understand?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, we'll continue this case for 2 weeks. That date is?
November 2nd at 9 a.m.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Menino?
Thank you, Judge. I'm here on a short phone. Page 3.
Just 1 second. Let me let it calm
That's 5.
All right, there seems to be a little bit of a technical difficulty on our end. Hopefully, we're going to fix that. Corey, as you just heard a very small snippet of that, they were discussing possibility of when this could all start. When do you expect this trial to start?
Well, the judge was emphatic and said in 2 weeks. Again, there's another lawyer issue. You see, she was like, can you confirm? He said, I can't confirm at this point, but I need another 2 weeks. And the judge is like, no, in 2 weeks, either I'm gonna have to assign somebody, we gotta get this case going. So we're still having some issues right now legally with the lawyer.
What factors go into that?
Well, the lawyer has to be compensated if there's a paid lawyer. If she's a legal lawyer, like if she's assigning a lawyer, it's coming, from the legal aid society, then they're getting paid, they're on salary, they will represent him. Or if he's getting a personal lawyer, they have to get paid. And I think that might be a problem right there, because this is the second arraignment. The first lawyer didn't show up. Now we have another lawyer that said, I can't really confirm at this point. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to end up being an assigned lawyer.
Well, when that actually does happen, what do you think the defense's case here is going to be? What is their biggest thing they're going to pinpoint here?
Well, the defense case is going to be pretty obvious, saying that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He was in the vehicle. And they might even go, because he's been talking so much, they might just be saying things like, this guy's, loose lips. Maybe we need to do a psychological evaluation. Like all of these things they're going to be trying to defend him with. But he placed himself in a car, so you can't get out of that. So the only defense they're going to have is he didn't have anything to do with the murder. He was just driving. He never passed a gun. I believe that's exactly what they're going to say.
Well, if we move forward and, this case goes on, do you think he should testify?
With the way he's talking, I don't think any lawyer in the world will put him on the stand.
He might want to because of his ego, because listen, this is a guy that wants to be heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's the client. The client is the one that makes the decision, but I'm pretty sure the lawyers will be telling him, you should refrain from this. Unless you're really ready to go to prison for a very long time.
You're sick, Tom? I hope you feel better.
Stay off the stand.
Well, that would be smart. I'm sure people are going to advise upon that, but he may argue that he wants to talk. He did talk during the body cam footage as well when he was arrested. We're going to take a quick look at that and then talk about it on the other side.
Well, they're having issues right now in the trial, I guess. I don't know what's going on. They're having some technical difficulties. I guess just kind of using this opportunity to iron out any little kinks for the stream and stuff. Luffy, I gotta talk to you. I don't know when. At some point, we have to link up for this connection thing. Well, maybe we fixed it though. Who knows? Maybe it was just a whole monitor refresh rate. I didn't realize one of them was still at a different refresh rate. I don't know how long this hearing is supposed to go for. I'm also supposed to be talking to the father of a missing person. So I'm going to try to, after this stream, I'm just going to try to focus on refreshing myself on the story, because I covered it one time a long time ago. It's a little complicated, but this person's really well spoken, and I think I just need to get it done. So I just like to try to be prepared as much as possible, but at the same time, I don't want to keep putting it off, with this guy. Oh yeah, let me know what links you need. Yeah, so I'll do that too. Discord. I have to update
Here. I mean, I'm sure you've dealt with this a lot in your career. Not everyone looks as calm as he was.
Oh, he's cool, calm, and collective. You can see, but he's a gangster. It's the same rigmarole. He's been through this numerous times. I don't know his rap sheet, but I'm quite sure he has a lengthy rap sheet. So he knows how to deal with the police. You can see he's laughing, he's talking, he's asking for a sip of water. His hands is behind his back. There's no resistance whatsoever. And he's just ready, like, all right, I've been through this before. Take me down to the county jail. Let's get this done.
Well, he said, I'm only going out for a walk. And as he was walking, the cops approached him. It almost seemed like he wasn't taken by surprise. It almost seems like he wakes up every morning feeling, oh, when are they going to come for me?
Exactly. Yeah, that was the very early footage, which we didn't show.
Tupac
Yeah,
Shakur.
it was like, he's ready. Just like, hey, I'm here. I'm Keefe D. Let's go. I've been waiting for you.
There was no resist at all.
No resistance whatsoever. But again, him resisting doesn't even make sense. You probably got 25 cops there. You see they're heavily armored. Where's he going? He didn't have a firearm on him, so he was just going for a morning walk. It didn't even make sense to resist. But because of his demeanor, it was easier for the cops. We like when people comply. Put your hands behind your back. We give you water. I'll let you drink the whole bottle. That's nice. All we want to do is get home safe. We don't want any officers getting hurt. So this actually is an arrest that the police love because we don't have to engage in fighting or resisting.
Well, he's had many interactions with police over the past few years, past decade. But I think one that stands out is that there was one time where a cop had questioned him and he said, yeah, I'm involved on what.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, man. Who was saying that? Pale Rider said they're not going to air the hearing. They were supposed to, and then they cut it off and said they're having technical difficulties. So I guess we're not going to see anything. I mean, unless they fix it, which kind of sucks. I wanted to see it. I mean, I guess that's why it's good that we have this second channel too. I don't have to like keep wasting notifications, even though I don't really want to waste notifications on this channel either. Carly. The Delphi hearing. So let me find out about that. I don't think it's going to be live streamed. Let me see. Hmm. Fine. Oh, is this it?
But again, I haven't reviewed those statements in detail. I haven't reviewed the other evidence, but I believe there's a motive and incentive on why somebody would make a statement like that, even though it may not be true.
Is GD Fall still representing him? Is ED Fall still representing Mr. Davis?
I'm not sure what his relationship is right now, or whether or not he's been associated into the case.
Could you speak at all about the Topper agreement that he made with LAPD detectives 15 years ago?
That's one thing I haven't reviewed in detail, so I can't make a comment regarding that.
When you talk about how large this case is, I mean, how much work?
So bad, the audio.
It's it's a big case. I mean, it's 27 years in the making, so I understand there's about 600 pages of grand jury transcripts, and you can imagine the amount of evidence and potentially impeachment evidence that comes along with all these witnesses that are going to come out of the woodwork.
It's raining men! Hallelujah! It's raining men! Amen! Stop saying the song, the song, the banner.
Well, he's happy I was there today, and he's happy that shortly I can confirm his counsel if it gets finalized, and that we can bring a motion for bail so he can be released. And with respect to his medical condition, I've heard the same things. I haven't reviewed any medical records yet, so I can't comment on that. But apparently he did have colon cancer shortly before he gave those statements.
How's his well-being that you spoke to? How's his spirits?
The spirits are fine right now. He thinks that there are defenses, and he wants to fight the case.
Why did you say he confessed?
Well, I don't know if that is a confession. That's a legal conclusion. And like I said before, I'm not even in on the case yet. I haven't reviewed anything, but just based on the reports, I believe when I see these statements, which are extrajudicial statements, that there are reasons on why people say things. But as everybody here knows, that you have to corroborate those statements. And if you don't have a car, if you don't have a gun, you don't have witnesses to corroborate what Mr. Davis said under those circumstances, I believe there's an obvious defense to that on why he made those statements and a motive for making those statements. That's all I can answer at this point.
Thank you.
That's all I can hold too.
That's it?
Thank you.
It's heavy up here.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all bring a stand next time.
Yeah. That makes sense. That would have worked. Man.
All right, as you just heard, that was Keefe D's lawyer, Ross Goodman, answering some questions to the media. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to head back to Las Vegas to see the latest. Anjanette Levy is also on to talk to us. We're right back.
I'll wait a few minutes till it gets back, but I guess that's it. If the lawyer's outside talking, I'm assuming that's it. What the heck? Anyway, so I won't have notifications till later, which maybe it's a good thing because maybe I can focus on this, on doing a little research for this story about this father to help share his story.
The man accused of murdering 2 Indiana teens will appear in court today, and for the first time, cameras will be allowed inside that courtroom. Richard Allen is facing 2 counts of murder in the 2017 deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German. He's expected in court for a status hearing, and the judge in the case says she will allow cameras in the court to, quote, partially protect Allen's constitutional right for due process. Randy.
All right.
So they're sitting there allowing cameras in the court, but judge says 1 or 2 cameras will be allowed to record in the courtroom, but no still photography or other recording will be allowed. I saw another article. I don't think it's going to be a live stream. I think it might be something that after. Let me look at another article an hour ago. Last month, Allen's defense asked the court to allow broadcast cameras for all future proceedings, while the prosecutor expressed serious concerns about this request. Despite the concerns, Judge Gould ruled to allow cameras in the courtroom during Thursday's hearing, according to a court order filed Tuesday. The judge did stipulate that all media must wait 30 minutes before broadcasting. Court TV cameras have been inside the Indiana courtroom. Judge did stipulate that all media must wait 30 minutes before broadcasting. What does that mean? 30 minutes after it's over? Yeah, it says court order not permit for photographing or digital streaming of the proceedings. I don't think there's actually any streaming. I think it might be like the Kohlberger thing where they post something after. Period. So I don't know. I'll keep an eye out and see what happens at 2. I mean, at that time I'll be picking up the baby. But whatever. When I come back, if they're streaming something live, I'll jump on. If not, then my focus will be this story. To try to just read up as much as I can and absorb it. Could do a better timeline.
Now, Law and Crime's Anjanette Levy was inside that courthouse for the arraignment. We will get her on very soon. But for now, I want to welcome another legal guest for today, Matthew Mangino. Matthew, welcome. What is your take on this whole case with Keefe D?
Well, it's interesting, and when you contrast it with what we just saw yesterday with Joran Vandersloot, here's a guy who admitted to a murder and can't be charged with homicide because of the statute of limitations in Aruba. And here we have, a 27-year-old homicide that's now being prosecuted because new evidence has been obtained. So it's interesting to contrast these two cases and how they're so very different.
Matt, what did you take away from Keefe D's lawyer there, Ross Goodman, on what he had to say?
Well, it's interesting to see, again, that this arraignment has been delayed. And I think it's in part because of what we've heard from his attorney. And I think that, certainly this isn't the place where you're going to enter a guilty plea or you're going to do anything other than plead not guilty, find out what the charges are against you, and then, the case moves forward, it's docketed, it's scheduled. So, it's not surprising that counsel, jockeys sort of for position and for the public at this stage of a proceeding.
Now, the other guest for this hour is former NYPD Commander Corey Pegues, who's in studio with me. Corey, what did you make of the lawyer there and what he had to say?
Well, just like Matt said, and I defer to Matt as a attorney, it really wasn't much he was saying. It was all the same stuff. He was deferring and hoping. What I got out of it was they haven't signed a retainer at this point, so there's not much he can say. And he did say, once that paperwork is done, then I can put in release on bail. So he can't really do much at this point because he's not officially his attorney.
Well, what I also got away from that, Matt, and as we were watching that, he said he hasn't reviewed all the materials about this case yet, but he does believe there's, a whole defense here, and that's that they don't have a weapon, they don't have any of that, and also he's the only living suspect. How big of that is it in play here?
Well, Michelle, anytime you're dealing with a homicide that occurred 27 years ago, and now you're trying to prosecute that case, it's always going to be difficult. And there's always going to be opportunity for the defense to make something out of, missing witnesses, unavailable witnesses, witnesses who are now deceased or potential witnesses, the murder weapon, all those things, play a role in a case like this. And the fact that it's taken 27 years to make an arrest and to proceed with the prosecution all works in favor of the defense.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate the love. Thank you guys for coming over to the second channel, and subscribing and supporting me. That's really, really nice. Appreciate that. Still nothing from Angelette. Yeah, I don't. Oops. You guys are amazing. Yeah, Keefe, they're trying to say that Keefe's the one that planned everything, right? The other people that were in the car, they're all dead now, I guess. My nose has been kind of stuffy. Folks, I don't know. Maybe sleeping. Yeah, this is the second channel. If it all mixes in as one, that's fine too. You don't have to worry about that. This website has a really nice, simple. Okay. Huh. So Friday, man. Friday. Did you get the gifted membership for? Yeah, Bu, we kind of figured it out. It's a whole mess. The gifted memberships. I contacted YouTube via their chat. So they said for people in the chat that you have to enable memberships. I saved a little video thing here somewhere. They say you either got to do this or that. And then if you're on iPhone,
You can click the gift icon that's pinned at the top of the chat when someone makes a purchase. Or when a gift memberships announcement shows in the live chat, you can.
and some people were saying the announcement weren't showing for some people. And apparently you can't gift on the phone. You got to be on like a desktop or something. So weird. And then those people that gifted last night are supposed to get a refund according to YouTube. Suge Knight said he's not testifying. And I saw that crazy ass video where he ran somebody over, which to me, it almost seemed like self-defense, kind of like, wasn't the person kind of threatening?
For Duane Keefe D. Davis was delayed once again for the 1996 death of rapper Tupac Shakur. Law and Crimes' Anjanette Levy was inside that courthouse for the hearing, and she is here with us now to bring us the latest. Thank you so much, Anjanette. What were the vibes inside that courtroom?
Well, Michelle, it was kind of like Groundhog Day. We were all here 2 weeks ago for this same procedure, the same arraignment hearing. It was continued yet again. This time, though, Keefe D had a lawyer present. That's Duane Davis. His street name is Keefe D, of course. And his name is Ross Goodman. He does high-profile cases here in Las Vegas. His mother is the mayor of Las Vegas. And he asked for a 2-week delay because he said he's still finalizing the representation agreement with Duane Davis. And so there are some things that are still going to need to be worked out. So this arraignment will be continued until November 2nd. Same vibe as last time, really. A little less media there. I did not see Keefe D's family here this time, but I did meet up with a friend of his who came to support him. He wasn't in the courtroom, but he was outside the courtroom. So you could see Keefe D. I mean, he's very serious. He knows this is serious. It doesn't get any more serious than this in the legal system. He is facing a murder charge with a gang enhancement. So it's a case that is a very high-profile case here in Las Vegas, and the Las Vegas Police Department and the DA have said that this is an important case. And joining me to discuss it is somebody who has handled his fair share of high-profile cases. He is Gabe Grasso. He represented O.J. Simpson, you may recall, back in 2007, 2008, in that robbery case where O.J. Simpson went into a hotel and robbed some people with the assistance of others of some memorabilia. So, Gabe, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Your thoughts on what happened today?
Well, this is just sort of the, I guess, ugly underbelly of how these cases get started with not much going on. Apparently, Mr. Keefe D. That's what he goes.
Keefe D. Yes.
Keefe D.
Duane Davis.
Yeah, Duane Davis. I'd call him Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Mr. Davis is attempting to hire Ross Goodman. He's apparently made an agreement with him to a retainer agreement, but there's still some things to work out, and that's where we're at with this. You know, it's an interesting case, and I spoke with Ross. I've known Ross for 15, 20 years. And he's a capable attorney. I've actually tried cases as co-counsel with him, and he can handle this. You know, he'll be able to handle this case. It's just a question of the client getting the lawyer on board and seeing where we're at when the dust settles and we get here in 2 weeks, and hopefully Ross can say, you know, I'm going to confirm as counsel, because that's what he's got to do. He's got to confirm as counsel. And then they're going to set they might set a trial date, they might set a status date, but normally they would set a far out trial date with some dates in between.
You said you spoke with Ross. We just saw you over there speaking with him. You've tried cases with him. Tell us a little bit about his style. He seems very sure of himself. He came down here and talked with us. He says 600 pages of grand jury transcripts. He hasn't read them, but he already sees defenses to this case.
One of the most difficult things for somebody to do in a case like this is hire the right lawyer, because I've been trying cases now for going on 35 years all over the country. Most of my practice now is federal, but I tell people that, you know, it's very difficult to really know who to hire. You can't go by the billboards. You can't go by, not that criminal defense lawyers use billboards, but you can't really go by that. And so at least I can tell you that, you know, there are a handful of lawyers in any jurisdiction that are the top criminal defense lawyers. And Ross Goodman is a lawyer who regularly practices criminal defense. You want at least that. Hopefully he'll be able to, and he's got a team around him. He's got a going office. He's here every day.
Thank you.
So that's what you need. So I think, you know, like I said, I don't have any doubts that Ross can handle this case. This is a case that it's going to take some nuance, that's for sure.
Let's talk about that. I mean, nuance for sure, because we have somebody who engaged in a proffer agreement back in 2008, 2009. He tells this story about what happened that night. He basically, that statement can't be used against him, but then he goes out starting in 2018 and he starts giving interviews to YouTube channels, to BET, the Death Row Chronicles. He writes a book, Compton Street Legend. He talks about throwing a Glock. I mean, I read the book. He throws a Glock into the back seat. It doesn't appear that this is a work of fiction or that he was telling it as a work of fiction. This was supposed to be a non-fiction account of what happened. So what are the nuances here? I mean, how do you kind of work around this?
Well, obviously, I'm just here commenting.
Sure.
I don't even think, no one on the defense side, I think at this point, I think probably Ross is the most informed defense attorney in town on it, because he's probably had some bits and pieces of information that other people don't know. But from what I know about the case, for example, there have been some articles about this proffer agreement with the feds in California back in the day where he made statements. Well, I think, for example, they made a big deal about that. I think that the state can move forward. The state in Nevada can move forward with this case without using any of the statements he made in the proffer agreement. I mean, that's how I'd approach it if I were the prosecutor. I wouldn't want that issue coming up. But remember, proffer agreements have a lot of, I do that on a regular basis. That's one of the things I do most in my practice is proffer agreements with the feds. And proffer agreements have other parts of them that people don't remember. They just think that whatever you say in the proffer agreement can't be used against you. In reality, if you then in a trial down the road take the stand and say something different than you said in the proffer agreement, they can use the proffer agreement against you. There's sort of contingencies about that, as well as they can use what you say. They can make what's called derivative use, which means the feds can take what you said or any investigative body, and they can investigate further based on what you say and come up with more evidence. So I don't think that's going to be a big issue in this case, the proffer agreement. I think they have enough to move forward. I mean, the grand jury found probable cause to move forward on this charge. The issue I see is all this stuff has been out there for a long time, okay? All this information. He wasn't charged in 2018. He wasn't charged in 2019. He was charged in 2023.
Right.
So what's up with that? See, that would be a question I would have as the defense counsel, and I would say, okay, what caused this? What was the trigger? That's what I would have my investigators and trying to figure out what was the reason for this. Maybe there's something that I can use as a defense in how this case got where it is right now. That's one of the issues. And the other thing that it's funny, there's a quote from Albert Einstein that sort of reminds me of what's going on in this case, because they say, well, we have hundreds and hundreds of pages of grand jury testimony. We have many witnesses in the grand jury, and these are all like former detectives in California who investigated, and former Nevada detectives, and all these people who are talking, but there's no gun, there's no car, there's no DNA, there's no real evidence other than testimonial evidence, not only from Mr. Davis, but from other people. And so when you have people talking, that's where defense attorneys can make most of their progress, when you have just testimonial evidence, right? That's where you can challenge things. So I just remember this quote from, when they say, well, look at all the evidence we have now. Back when Albert Einstein came out with the theory of relativity, the general relativity theory, there was a magazine article which was entitled 100 Physicists Against the Theory of Relativity, basically challenging Einstein's, because it was a new theory and people were saying, no, there's no way this is for real. And Einstein was asked about it, and he said, why 100? If I am wrong, you only need one. And so that's sort of the attitude I would take. Why do you need all this? If this guy really is what you say he is, if he is the guy, why do you need, why is all these little grains of sand building up to finally getting right past the probable cause determination? That would be sort of part of my theme in the case. Because, for example, when you're a person in his world, in Mr. Davis's world. One of the things I know from I've represented in federal court the Rolling 60s Crips. Okay, I represented that group. And one thing I learned about representing the Rolling 60s Crips and representing the Hells Angels and the Laughlin Shootout, and I've been involved in those cases and representing individuals who were charged in those conspiracies, is that one of the lifeblood of some of those organizations really is bragging, pontificating, making things up about yourself, getting street cred out of basically what might be BS. And so those are all things that can be argued. Like, you can actually investigate that and formulate a defense as to how possibly this could just be all BS.
Now, Judge Jones obviously seems a little irritated. She wants to get the ball rolling on this case. Do you see her, because Ross Goodman said, I think he should be released on an OR bond. He's lived here for years. He's not done anything, bad. Do you see the judge releasing him on bail, maybe with a GPS monitor or something like that?
That's one of, if I were defense counsel, I wouldn't even be worried about the case yet. I would be right now concentrating, if I were, any defense counsel worth his salt, the main, and I'm pretty sure Ross is thinking the same way. The main issue here is getting him out, because he was walking around for 27 years, if this is true, and it's not as if he's been arrested 15 times since then. He's been a relatively law-abiding citizen. I'm not sure if he has any.
He did years for drug dealing, but yeah.
I'm just saying, like, in the last few years, he's 60 years old. He's done. He was taking a walk with his wife when he got arrested. So that would be my main concern, is trying to get him out on bail, because this is a weird case. This isn't one of these cases where the alleged murder just happened and the guy's on the run and they finally caught him and now he's not getting out. Because the standard in not only Las Vegas, in Clark County, but in other jurisdictions is, if it's a first-degree murder accusation, people usually aren't getting out on bail.
Right.
But this is a different kind of case.
Well, Gabe Grasso, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and your insight. We appreciate you coming down and talking with us today, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Thanks so much. All right, Michelle, so there you have it. The arraignment will be continued again until November 2nd. You heard Gabe Grasso saying he thinks there are ways to defend this case, and really right now the top priority should be getting a bond for Duane Davis, if the judge is so inclined to do that. So we'll have to wait and see. He does have a prior criminal record. He did about 15 years for some drug dealing. He was a very serious drug dealer in the Compton area of California. Had a lot of money, from what we understand, from dealing drugs, and made a lot of money. Whether or not he still has that money, who knows? But we do know that he has a past criminal record. He's somebody who's been through this before. He knows the score. He knows how this goes. So we will wait and see what happens, and we'll have it covered for you.
All right, Anjanette Levy, thank you so much. Great.
All right, so we'll hop off of that for now. Okay. Oh, that jury, the Melly trial still going, which I heard looks kind of interesting. Faces more charges after day. So the jury selection and retrial wraps. So they're done with jury selection now. They're charging with jury tampering, I think, now. Let me see what else is going on. I'm probably going to cut it here, though. I should cut it so I can figure out this other story I want to work on. Let me see what's trending. Cindy Powell, DJ Envy. Oof, they're catching his ass. DJ Envy with the scamming and shit, alleged scamming. They arrested one of his guys. Ooh, they went up to our iHeartRadio with the feds, I think. They started taking all the shit over there. DJ Envy, they're coming for his ass.
Post a $1 million bond and is being released on electronic monitoring. He cannot leave the state of New Jersey. No comment from DJ Envy. An inside source tells us that the iHeartRadio offices were visited by the feds, who took out electronic.
Ooh, it come for your ass. I heard they did some really messed up stuff. There's victims of scams out there. It's gonna be really interesting to see what happens with that. It's old school stuff. DJ Envy, He's with the radio station Breakfast Club. It's like in the entertainment field of like hip hop and rap and all that stuff. He has a show with Angela Yee and Charlemagne the God. If you've never heard of Charlemagne the God, they're big in radio. So, Beige Rage. DJ Envy. They're saying he was like possibly involved in like a Ponzi scheme, but I've seen some of the victims come out. I've seen some of the videos where the victims are talking, and it's messed up. His associate was arrested, but people believe that he's involved, like they work together. He's gonna have to snitch and talk to the feds. DJ Academics laughs at DJ Envy's alleged Ponzi scam. I didn't like this take on DJ Academics. I saw the video. I thought it was very like, I feel like he just, and I like DJ Academics' content. I've been watching for a long time. I like what he does, but I didn't agree with this, and I think he's being biased because he likes DJ Envy. DJ Envy is accused of using the Breakfast Club platform to scam potential real estate buyers, but DJ Academics is feeling zero sympathy for them and thinks you shouldn't either. He's calling the claimants themselves should be the subject of the Breakfast Club's Charlemagne the God's collective donkey of the day. No, I don't think that's cool at all. I don't think there's anything funny about. I've seen some of these people that really put their money in and now they're in really bad positions. I disagree with him on this one. I don't know if they're going to show the clip. You know, the rich getting richer, just laughing about it. Let's see if it plays. I was gonna leave him a comment on the video that I saw it on too, but I was like, I thought it wasn't worth it. But
man, they got DJ Envy still on the hot water, gang. I ain't even gonna hold you. They got this on the news every day. They're investigating him. Yeah, my prayers is with Envy. Envy said he ain't scammed nobody. They scammed him. So listen, I don't know what's going on, but this was some new shit that popped up.
His wife Jennifer promised they will make investors whole. Where's all the money? Where did all the money go?
That's a Caesar answer for you right there. Why? You know, there's no private island. There's no house in the Dominican Republic. There's no yachts. There's no fancy cars. You know, that's an answer for Caesar to give to you, not for me.
Envy's attorney is now seeking to...
Damn, even his wife saying that? Hopefully they figure this out, man. Somebody did point out that, I don't know if it was this video or was it the other one?
Now at 5:30 and
I this video, apparently when Caesar's wife is talking, they said Caesar's wife is rocking like a...
Yeah.
Caesar's wife is rocking like a $2,500 sweater. It's like a $2,500 Chanel sweater. It's like, hey, man. She said, I don't know where the money went. She said, we don't got no big-ass cars. By the way, I think they're standing outside of their big-ass house. But it's like, yeah, we don't got no big-ass cars. We don't got no house in the DR. We don't got no motherfucking yachts. We don't got, like, you know what I mean? She's naming the things they don't got. She ain't naming the things they do. The real estate Rico, man. I think that's what Rick Ross called it, man. The real estate Rico.
Sizable voices in radio. Investors in a real estate venture say they were swindled out of millions of dollars.
Damn.
And the couple says they connected with entrepreneur Caesar after seeing him on social media with DJ Envy.
He's advertising this all over the radio and
that's one of the guys. So the other thing too, I was watching a little bit of DJ Academics, but I really disagree with him on this. Where, to me, in my opinion, he's basically saying, "Fuck those people. They got scammed, so it's their fault. Like this is their problem." But he also takes and believes DJ Envy that he had no idea, even though they were in this thing together, this real estate thing. And the victims are saying that like the reason they trusted this guy is because of DJ Envy, and this guy's claiming that they even used and broadcasted this on their show, iHeartMedia, The Breakfast Club. And so, you know, the feds raided that place. They went in, I don't know what they did. They took some stuff over there. I don't like scammers, man. I think it really puts people in a bad position in life. You know, yeah, we should try to be smart if we can. But Yeah, I think he just had a really shitty take on this one.
On television, I've seen shows of him all over the place, so I thought this was legit.
The pitch to invest in rundown properties that would be renovated.
Hey, I'm not laughing at y'all niggas. I'm just saying. Yo, I hate to laugh at these motherfuckers because they lost a lot of money, man. But yo, come on, dog. Come on, dog. Yo, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
And flipped for more money. The promise to return up to 30%. In some cases, Caesar didn't even own the properties. This couple.
That nigga sold the Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, shit. That nigga Caesar, he good. He good. Now, I saw agree this. With y'all. I think, like, with all due respect to the people, listen, trust me, I have a heart.
No, you don't. Not with this.
And I am sad that so many people
Fuck out of here.
Scammed.
Fuck out of here.
Y'all do deserve Donkey today one time. I think Charlamagne should give all y'all who believe that bullshit and gave up your hard-earned money, you know what I mean, to a like.
I mean, I've seen people's lives like destroyed over this type of stuff, like being scammed and all that, you know. So, yeah, I like what he's done. I like like those things that he's accomplished and stuff. But this is one of those times where I disagree, and I also think he's kind of caping for DJ Envy. And there's another person that I watch sometimes too, the Star Report. This guy, I've spoken to him a few times. I guess he's he's deemed controversial, but he's talking about the DJ Envy thing too. He has a very long history, like in radio and stuff, the Star Report. I don't like one of the things he did with Hot 97, I think years ago, but I respect the guy. I've talked to him a couple of times when I've had shit going on with YouTube. Super business savvy, very professional. I think people like watch his live streams and think of him a certain way, but he's just like very professional and super business. And he believes, because the question is, did DJ Envy know? And he believes Envy knew. And that the feds are going to come for him next. And of course, you know, he thinks that DJ Envy is going to take a proffer deal. He had the documents last night. I guess he took it down. He had some documents on here. I don't know if we'll ever go down this avenue, the entertainment avenue. Maybe it's somewhat interesting. It's not what I normally do. But I sometimes watch it and I just keep an eye on it. You know, DJ Academics is longtime friends with Charlamagne and looks up to him and stuff like that. And so Charlamagne is on this radio show with DJ Envy. So I don't know if that's where the bias comes from. I think he's really completely biased. But yeah, this one I disagree. You know.
Cesar Pena, you deserve Donkey today at least one time. I'm sorry, bro.
Here on Tony the Closer's Live.
The complaint floodgates opened up when alleged victims started appearing on the social media platform of influencer Tony the Closer, a self-proclaimed real estate scam watchdog.
I decided to make it where...
I've seen this guy too. He got into it with somebody else called Tasha K on YouTube. That's really big. That's had her own controversy somewhat. Tasha K got sued by Cardi B and lost. I was cool with Tasha K a long time ago. We just never spoke again. She's another one, very controversial. I forgot why I even talked to her. I think I had one or two phone conversations with her a long time ago. But yeah, him and Tasha K had beef or something like that.
Everybody would know the
She has like 1 million subscribers. And I don't agree with what she did with Cardi B either.
Nah, this is I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy. This is crazy, chat. This is Tony is a scam watchdog.
Real estate scam watchdog.
I decided to make it where everybody would know the disgusting behavior that they're practicing.
Dozens of lawsuits.
He is a victim.
just like the other alleged victims are.
So DJ Envy's attorney is claiming he's a victim. So I don't know. This is gonna be a huge thing, especially with the feds going into it. Envy's attorney, Massim D'Angelo, recently told TMZ Hip Hop that BC co-host was out a whopping $500K, making him a victim himself. So they're claiming he lost $500,000. We'll have to see. I really believe he's going to have to take a deal, a proffer deal, whatever it is, to get out of it. Yeah, the laugh doesn't even seem genuine to me. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like, ugh. Femi Creative says Tony was a criminal and reformed himself. I don't know much about the guy, but I thought he was funny when he was arguing with Tasha K. I think he lives out here in Miami, right? He has a nice place. I really don't know much about the guy, but yeah. Ack is wanting Envy to be held accountable. I doubt that, not from what I've seen, unless he's had some new takes. That's not what I've seen. This was a couple days ago. I mean, last I checked. I don't know. All right. So anyway, I guess I'll call it for now, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. We'll see about this Delphi thing later. I'm going to try to talk to this father later, too. Maybe we could do a pre-recorded video. And it's Friday. So I don't know. Hopefully we get some chases or something tonight. All right. Hopefully we get something crazy, something interesting, something fun. I don't know. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Thank you for the memberships. Oh, yeah. Hold up. A lot of members, I think. Risa, Mrs. Stoners, Chick Benny, Cheesy Frog, thank you for the 5 gifts of memberships. Italian Peanut, Annie T, thank you for the memberships. Rizza Cat, Up Shit's Creek, hey. I like that name. Trish H, Annie, thank you so much for the gifts as well. Mustard Mama, 828 Caroline, and Spooky Wife. So we'll see what happens, man. Oh, shit, it's Thursday. I knew that. I just realized because I was talking to this father and I'm telling him we got to figure shit out for today, but he told me Friday. I'm thinking today's Friday. Let me message him back. Oh my God. OMG. Sorry. I just realized it's Thursday. Okay. Yes. Let's do tomorrow. I'm tripping. I don't know what day I woke up in today. Well, Thursdays are not bad though because they say Thursdays are hot days for chases. So that's what they say. I don't know. So we'll see. Maybe tonight we'll get some chases. Damn, bro. I feel like I woke up into a whole nother day. Okay. All right, man. I'll catch you guys later. Love you. Oh.